Hello and welcome to this edition of Ask Us Anything, where we take your real estate questions and we answer them on the daily. It's the February 2022 edition, and I'm your host, Theresa Grant. I'm the team lead for Theresa Grant and Associates Real Estate Partners with Coldwell Banker SkyRidge Realty. Now, with that little disclaimer done, we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump right on in to today's question, which has been sent in to us by our viewers. By the way, this show is all about you and your questions. So if you have a question about the real estate industry, the real estate market, how does real estate work? Do I need to pull out my crystal ball and give you some ideas as to where I think real estate's going to be going in the future? Go ahead and just put a comment down below and we'll answer it in a future episode. So without any further ado, we've got our question. Let's see what it is. I'm thinking of getting my real estate license. What advice can you give me? I love this question. So first of all, if you are thinking about getting your real estate license, I recommend that you talk to an actual realtor, someone who is a producing realtor, someone who's boots on the ground and who is very involved not only in the business, but in the community. In fact, if this is something you're considering doing, whether you're in my market area or a completely different place, I invite you to reach out to me directly. Go ahead and either email me or give me a call or send me a DM or something. We'll set up a time and we'll talk one-on-one specific to your questions and your needs, because this is a really broad question. So I'm going to answer it based on how I would normally answer it if someone was coming to me in person, maybe wanting to join the team. So from a practical standpoint, and this is me going back almost 30 years, looking into the Wayback Machine of what I wish I knew then that I know now, there is a ton of education that goes along with getting your real estate license. It is college level coursework for the most part, though you can take those classes online so that you can qualify to take the examination in the state of California. The books give you a lot of information and things that you need to learn, such as what the difference is between an assessor parcel number and lot, block, and tract. Where's baseline, where's the meridian, all sorts of terms and understandings and concepts, not just about real property and the glossary and vocabulary that goes along with it, but also touching on finance, escrow, fair housing, ethics. The list goes on and on and on. So you're going to get a ton of information, but what that course and the following courses don't do for you is set you up for what happens after you get your license. How do you take that practical book knowledge and now turn it into your career? So once you actually get your real estate license, you've gone through the coursework. Actually, I would even say while you're doing all of that, meet with local realtors that you know, like, and trust, and talk to them. Pick their brain and find out if even they have the opportunity for you to come onto their team so that they can kind of take you in and teach you, the real practical day-to-day stuff you need to know to be successful as a real estate agent. I love TV as much as the next person. And I really think that HGTV and channels like that are super entertaining, but they've kind of glamorized and romanticized what a real estate agent actually does. It's more than just opening up a door and going, oh, and here's the living room. A lot more work goes into it in terms of prep, paperwork, showings, making sure that everything is done, and there's a great human component too. So I would also advise you to not think about starting your real estate career as a solo agent. The time of the solo agent, in my opinion, is pretty much done. It really does take a village now to have a successful real estate career. For example, on my team, not only do I have agents working under me, but also I have my transaction coordinator, Jen, who does all of the paperwork for me and only for me and for my team. I have my executive assistant, Yesenia, who keeps me completely straight, on track, hands me checklists and says, go do this at this time, or hey, we need to follow up on this, or whatever. So she keeps that straight. And then, of course, there is all of the components that go into my title people, my escrow people, my showing agents, my partners, to help make it all come together. So it really does take more than one person now to be a successful real estate agent, as opposed to when I started back in the 1990s. Also, practically speaking, even if you were lucky enough on your very first day at a brokerage to actually write an offer, get it accepted, and open escrow, there's a lot of things that can happen in the meantime that could cause that escrow to fall apart. Because real estate is a commission-based business, and every day you're doing what you need to do to actually, make money, it could be minimum 30 days before you see a check. So, keeping that in mind, I advise everyone who speaks with me, before you become a real estate agent, I advise you at least have 6 months of operating expenses in the bank for you to use, so that the pressure's kind of off and you can actually explore your career and find your rhythm and be relaxed and happy. Because believe me, when you're trying to match up a buyer with their new home, or help a seller sell one of their most important assets, you need to be calm, you need to be confident, and that translates to being relaxed. So definitely have that money in the bank before you start, so that you're not worrying and that's not translating over to the people that you're trying to help. On that as well, I would say real estate is a full-time job. You have to be all in. You have to be prepared to be all in and treat it as a career. So if you're thinking that it's easy money and you're just going to maybe sell a couple houses a year and do it as a side gig maybe, no. That's not professional real estate. That's a hobby. And here on my team, we don't do hobby. We are all in, and real estate is our actual passion. So that's pretty much the first introduction I would give you as advice if you're thinking about getting your real estate license. If you have any more specific questions about it, as I said earlier, go ahead and reach out to me. I'm glad to set up a consultation with you and help at least open some of that guidance to you so you can explore it further. Real estate is my passion. I've been doing it for decades, and I really appreciate the time that you take out of your day to watch my videos. If you don't want to miss any future videos, please feel free to hit like and subscribe so that you get notified every time we put one up, whether it's the Ask Me Anything series or the Story series or the Real Talk series. We have a bunch of different content for you to be able to consume and enjoy on your timetable, not ours. So I'm going to wrap this up and just say thank you so much again for joining me, and I hope to see you next time. Go ahead and pass this information on to somebody if you think that they're thinking about getting their real estate license, because it just may be worth their time to listen in on this as well. All right, thanks so much, and bye for now.